All right, Sabara Yankopon ase efisa ejiri se oha na de yehwehwe obebo modern na wahwe anim wo hu ye mobo na waye nye se e fatanti na mum se ono eye ne pe so obeye na nanimonyam ebeda dinti obehwe na waye e de amaya nanimonyam kan din na anopa so ene ene me bosom ne de twato but na otwi de ene hyemfimfini sai ukuada e frame kwaku owusu agye pato enti fa kwa yedre de na chese e betena se na ya adwempa jumadi a de bro original tv so da bia no yedru bra betena se ya Mpensenmpensenmu se mahodo emu na ye hunu kwan a susan e de brode hene hono e betimi afa na ansa na meto aso no mame enwehye Apostle Daniel Assin, Vice Chairman, Jospon Group of Companies, and your birthday Apostle Nankopon and Kan Homa Quatinting na Omo New Fear, me na and it's Radi Hunubiano, or the SU and Subiano, Nankopon Nankasankasa, and your church for now on Found Kudru, and Farmount Sans Mount Yokudru, Nankopon, and Shroud, and they are our day. Me did koko saje pato tsere mdi ka che ono na nsem de ebi wo ho e behwe na ya Mpensenmpensenmu bi emu me no ka say George Krob ya Asante okọ MPP aman nyoko no mu a oye Deputy National Communication Director or efia ha na okọ Care Ghana openi ba ko ho no na executive director or executive director na Care Ghana me omunka kakra fine nti brepa mebusa nsem ko mi ndu mate omunka kakra nsem ko me nu bia ne bi din komo e de afa no ni David Kumi Ado ono so e wo ha ye twense honorable Timothy Ataboade awentrim so baba bekan ho na afi ya to aso akwabato nyama yin na emiensa ye betena senia bobo nsem a ewo ho Ghana amenfo mu akwaba owani boko de
na me adom ode enko ache beda da se
Robe akwaba
pato ejosminia
bia boko de
na me adaro ma yefri kuma go ba yem se ni nkomo. This is the first time I had an opportunity ever to say. I'm actually so.
If you come away, already near for
the older the better.
Won't say that. I say wine.
Part two.
I say wine. I feel so preparation goes so. You need Central Region. Assin,
yeah.
As a more actress seat in the hall.
Pinepa and Ayakwakoji.
Wow, all of him. A large group of us. See, we attention match. All of him match just
Ayakwakoji.
And a very no so much. Sure. Yaka. Okase more Kwakoji. Okase more Kwakoji. What does it really mean?
Oh, it simply means MPP. We are taking over the Assin North seat. We are not taking over, say. The patapana the yepe name no through the ballot yenim enkitahodia akoso over the period between Yenamanyoko no the constituency party, the regional party, the national party. Yenim enkitahodia akoso nimpuntu juma hodo akoso on the side of government for the good people of Assin North. And on the basis of that and ye hu ni say Yahoo Airdays Union NDC for our Assin North. And inshallah, Nyamaya Adom, now Electoral Commission, a certain date for that context now. MPP, we are winning the Assin North seat. That one, we are very optimistic that we are taking over the Assin North seat.
Very optimistic.
Very, very optimistic. By dint of hard work. And Juma Sapato, you were in Kumawu. And Neme Bamiti, you were General Secretary. Lawyer Justin from Ponkodua, the young, intelligent, noble general secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Oh no, he doesn't on politics of noise making. He believes in research.
Smooth operator.
Yeah, or a submarine operation. And he believes so much in research findings. It's, you know, when lawyer Justin Frimpong Kodia, as the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, when you have chairman in team, with the support of the central government, now you can see a Assin of city, now you know what we are talking about. And you can say, you be kwa ye dwumaden.
My dream at Moncomodium, I give you a friend of sympathy. About farm Moncomodium pay.
I told you say I share a Moncomodian Asian.
Oh, so we there say
I mean, I was a chair to your phone, you know. I mean, chair for near to your phone, you know. Namema, your man Penina be the actually Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Baumia. The Tilinkwa, me man, the best of luck. Me say, and you know, young papa Dr. Kuta free me man, the best of luck. Young papa, Kennedy Akompre, young papa Lanchermante, young papa Jogati, young papa Boacheja, young papa Denimo. Obi biara
about me and the best of luck.
Obi na me be best of luck. In fact, the same level.
Okay, national officer.
Me party say yeah national officers ni na referees until remaining neutral. I have so much confidence in every single individual.
Best of luck.
Oh, me say, remember luck, best of luck. I remember Dr. Baumia, and one I remember you Roland Chermante, and one I remember me papa, my dear Nina Kennedy, I compare kwa Japan. Ubia, the American and say, some penny for my you in our party. Whoever will get the privilege and the nod, no, can deliver MPP victory na yehwe. Okay. A question of you know support to another Danko Akufo-Addo near my power, ye near mo hu na yehwe ye ne ye yana mo tutu ene ye suban di we government appointee who say on daily basis your decision you will be making will impact whether positive or negative will abiding kind question. But you ask a very brilliant question. Now we busa sympathy near the but sympathy near the at the end of the day sebi as on my we are governed by laws and ameboa ye Ghana constitution ye constitution Ghana ni bia ye nyina ya je atum se eno na ye de ba aba bebu oman no pato edi enti na obi twitwu ko wiade a ye de ne ko gina da kam na ye man judgment and I convict him. It is because the act of stealing, theft, embezzlement constitution no say eye illegal edi enti na ukochi abayo bi obreko ma on the consent na to share ne so a edu question that come here convict you. It is because our constitution pronounce such conduct as conductor illegal. But they make cannot say the same constitution now ene ye dey adwuma no so kire hen say before say obi betimi aba be gina ama ye to ne so aba sem ra hye bedwani no e was say nipa no must owe only allegiance to only Ghana. Any can say only allegiance to any other country except that of our country Ghana. Any constitution. And in this issue, no pato, sebi, we have precedents. We have precedents. EBSP. So it is not here I am papa Jachi Christian and I say emrano no kwana emrano edino. Emra sometimes ayana ediwa that is not what obi ahwehwe. But emrano so yetimi ka say emrani di pato a minua penye oti hey edina pato ye vanya no but di minua ya na ye jai no. Yes then what kind of society and I build the amaye ho. Eti de wo se obi ade hye na adwunu ne se obi antan ye papa Christian. Obi ani ho a sebi ye ne pe. Se obi asebi ade hye bi akoto abama no. Ono abegina ne twusu aka se yenyini mfiri mra hye bedwam. Ne ekoso ni nyina no eye emra. Ne ekoso ni nyina no eye emra. Nti the same emra ne say Supreme Court ruling ne bae no. Emra no ehye parliament. Say parliament declare the seat vacant. And parliament declare the same emra no say parliament entron come electoral commission. On the data, electoral commission will receive a letter. No, Emrani said, but within the next 30 days, there was an electoral commission to me by election.
21 days.
Was it
21 days?
I think no. If it is by court ruling, 30 days. If or 3 more, 60 days. I think that's the position of the law. Anyway, we can still seek for clarity on that. It's in whatever way at the end. My concern is Emra, and yet obi pe, and yet obi hwehwe. It's also no before you want to offer yourself for positions beyond there, no. But to agrobia could say you must learn to know the rules of the game. And I'm a but to the also person restaurant, you need to abreast yourself with the rules. A government are a good year and I'm a boy. It's here papa question in the PF say at a point or then home say the people of Assin of Nkotwaba man. Now only allegiance to another country, which is Canada. He's so much aware of that. He knows. It's a moment a certain picture as you say. Sebi obi na mpenasem anase sebi say eto abama na import at a point accord to say man enter parliament and what obi anko twene.
So what you're saying because sympathy
Adamu Sakande e bi to the same
thing. And akofa sasem was so the all can in effect and say wanya depa nti onsem fata so also bia
by the Supreme Court ruling and now eno na nyina de bedin kita ho and it is not just court bia the apex court of the land court eno na your constitution man to me say or interpret your constitution or say at a time a year to Euro judge questions so aba no na only allegiance to another country which is Canada.
Allegiance to Canada.
Yes. It's not on sem fata Mpensenmpensenmu bejina. It's perjury. It brings about the issue of perjury.
Okay, so David, adea share and answer when ekum hu free and fair elections. I say abato yebeto ebemo bia a friend saying playground. Fair playground. Now obia yensisi obia. And you also understand that abato you can't elections are a process. And yet that every general how about Kotoaba Nunkwana elections. Taking all these things into consideration, how I'm not saying Rano because it's saying reasoning man kasa krano yenya bin kinkan here. Said the bear bet me akasa say until the ababontia bia near there no and but you know, do you think the system was fair to James Jati question?
Okay, meda se be mechia yahwefo mechia menwambe ma mene na wa ha initially bisa me say careful free and fair election no be so hu ye chikakra.
Oh no, I say I have a few questions.
Okay.
And yeah say much because I've been following Anyama back the last time I had not been around, but I listened.
Okay, that's fine.
I did some background checks. I'm interested in the things you do. Okay. That's why I'm a toss our question. You say, man, elections and kasan because you can't free. You know, so we're interested in free and fair elections.
Fantastic.
And see, elections free and fair. No, you can't elections. Where do you think it starts? Okay. Because of Nkomoya Adeshasi.
Now, there is one thing I say Obianya Nehontiase. Politics is a strategic game. And yen the way a man for Wabontina or Muhuno Fano. Me makasa politics is any uncle football. Strategy near prepare with them near back near on lesson or bontain. And into any time no all either parties they say or yeah dear a be man or no benefit. And into say you can be as who could lose gada a wedding at the befoul. So that is how politics itself is. Now politics comes with elections. Democracy. What happens is this is what we have believed in. And democracy say every 4 years, no, every 5 years, every 6 years, every 7 years. But say 4 years. Every 4 years, no, you call to the polls. You could determine why near person di or mine in him. You di in him person twice because of a human or and I say Mpensenmpensenmu because the other party propose very good plans are a bit boy a kind call. That is the thing. Now, Judge question assembly. Ninti a make us start a lot of people will have different interpretation to what is happening. That's now kind of elections a process. It starts from somewhere and ends in the final declaration of the results, the total results. We can say, that or filing begins his interaction with the Electoral Commission. We can say immediately open nominations no started, and it will be it's within the process of the electoral process.
Would you agree with the other cancer?
You see, for me, what I believe in, ASA, when you file. Is when you've had that interaction with the Electoral Commission. Because when you say Electoral Commission started process, even the process starts with a friend say yetro amount voting. So that is where the process starts. And now say even we can say the process starts with the formulation of the law CI. Say CI documents are regulating the processes of the elections, Echo Parliament, that is when it begins. And in then in fairness, that is where the process must begin. Because about to be a law, yes, a boom, and it says I'm running new about to me True. So and we take it from there. But for me, I believe say an individual's interaction with the Electoral Commission begins at the point of filing nomination. A hono my emergency me then me see my dream and then me no enter into a contract 7% me then me didn't be until me no ba be ejuma.
So that is why the all kind of say ulusu guard pe. Ulusu guard means that make sure you are good to go.
You see, my interpretation to the loose guard, not to lose guard near say, don't leave a loophole.
Okay.
Because Osha Bola, you see, defenders need ja kwine and a man opponents near them, the ball no be far home. Because the law itself, said the law is in the bosom of the judge. And your interpretation to the situation and after the law may be different from the interpretation that the judge will give.
Yeah.
And I said the judge may also be playing to the gallery of, and not to the gallery, let me put it as such. I don't want to mention whether left or right, whichever way, you know, a strategy. And it is
the most important thing is that also the view, no, and name within the confines of law.
I'll tell you something. Tama ye ma me Georgina Wood, Chief Justice now. Or can say voters ID card are not your war at that particular time now, a prima facie document. And no ubi to me they acquire another registration. Good. You back into the 2020 registration now. Electoral Commission can say that card won't to me use. Yeah, they call court and the judge didn't pay and say card to me use. And then America said the law is in the bosom of the judge. Another person sat there and gave a certain ruling. Another judge.
I'm not too sure about Georgina Wood saying, "Say, Obetima Yusu, a friend say a friend," because then why did the friend, the Supreme Court order say Omunko yi Dibinum and free register? Do you remember?
I do. I also have an issue with that particular decision.
Okay, voters ID card.
Voters ID card.
All right. Make health insurance card now.
No.
Let me quickly chip in this. I perfectly agree with maybe Aminia Yasimoka, but the point is, in all of these discussions, as citizens of this republic, all we can do when it comes to matters of law, and but the law embodies the people, the judiciary,
the judges.
The judges say. And the interpreting and lost.
It's basically what they think.
The law
is basically what the judge thinks.
For the purposes of
saying, but what I'm saying is that because see, they are minded by the fact to say Ubi be pese obey interpreting and also Ubi be pese obey challenging ruling. Until they are minded by the fact say I was say any can say name rani boybra. Said the buyer say Ubi and so challenge ya onkonya nyina so e wo mra no mu emfantu de
really be a precedent.
Yes, it becomes that is what the law is. Unya ruling ninya ba na ejetum na e friend
part of the law.
Body can invoke the ruling time be a wording in common.
Unim say when this issue came, first of all, I mean establish the fact that the menu is not different from what I'm saying.
Sure.
Obviously. Because a interpretation of the law.
The law.
Now Supreme Court are catching and say omu to me make a law no essence law.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
But it still have to follow legal procedures.
No, you see, it is not it is all legal proceedings.
Let's establish one fact. The reason why Supreme Court will say and there may be no constitution no more. So won't you go for interpretation from them until bibi or okra to say obekai right to information. Even before Ebeye Mrano, there was a ruling at Supreme Court. Yeah, na ma kwa betimia ejina so akasa court order. Yes. Afrubu abetimia kwaje court order. And they kwaje your. So although it was not part of it was not on our books, say ubetimia friends. There was a ruling at Supreme Court which could empower one say open say unya a friend. So nti constitution no enkwano enwie pay to some excuse my French enwie pay no ntino na Supreme Court for no then ewo ho mo be chirichiri mu that's my understanding anyway.
But you see, for the fact
but let's not we free the need in common. We are looking at free and fair.
Oh yeah,
okay.
So for the fact said the Supreme Court is able to alter a decision, a previous decision by the same court, it is a change in the decision.
That's
because obviously the card, you can say card ubetumi the akwa registration anytime. Supreme Court ruling, the second ruling and by and say untumi fa card enquire registration. So it's an altercation of the initial ruling. Georgina Wood, am I on that particular time on the issue? No, I say it was part of the issue. Where the court Abu
Ramadan was health insurance,
but it brought many other issues. Okay. And you know, I want to establish the fact now. We are in fair elections. Say, ensure say, bibia ebe fine. Bibia be transparent. Afani afa atiase say the reason for the establishment of IPAC is a gentleman's agreement. Nema edeba ne say all political parties ebehu nia ekoso electoral commission the decisions that are made no mombra ne inform account because some are key stakeholders. And in order for you to be able to establish a free and fair elections, the key stakeholders must be partakers of what you do. And into that IPAC,
do you think it should say
this has been an argument. Say so decisions no binding on the electoral commission. Then an aspect of the constitution also so because constitution let's say
is it entrenched because parliament meeting and you're entrenched in Quadia. But
well, it can an act between about the because normally that's what we do. But men share say an entrenched law and ABB. An entrenched law no will require say a referendum and it's but here a lot of electoral reforms.
Lost.
Exactly.
And we learn, relearn, unlearn.
Yes, that's right.
The war at the point in time, this is what we thought. Okay. Going, I mean, from hindsight, with the benefit of, you know, kind of saying, experiences, we know when we will have to sit down.
Yeah, I think that is
talk
something
about
that we can look at it holistically.
So I understand. Basically, we're all saying the same thing. Fago post because park me pepe.
That's right.
And no man you say do time we bo short to no chair post no e dey akwa no dey wo shego yes
we cannot have a free and fair elections.
Honorable Timothy Atabuade Awuntrim. Antiti anka emeka se wa she bronya atade.
Na wana ka je se nye bronya atade. Bronya atade a wo se nye bronya atade. Government ba no wana bit ma to new old ones na recycle share o ka say.
Udi club ya wachi dia on top from.
The government what atade further. Old ones in the recycle.
All the time no kwade oto na usi na untimi na power to.
It's a full club who say full.
Nto am ya bo am. Ndine ma am dum so se le be ya. Nhunu. Ndine bo a o.
O se na ma dum so no.
Don't go the don't lie. We're looking at let's say you can say Kumauno more vimpa na minim say Kuma Rukra no they be no say dress rehearsal of 2024 elections. Now nominate General Secretary of MPP Kasa. As someone know can say your flag bearer Kasa and no nominate bachelor in BC 2024. Nti omabom wo hono de ngusu abrima no mobrimo. Ana omo you can say according to clerk to parliament no say your friend is saying you can say Assin North and so you vacant says yeah na me bisa crop ya say omusa akobrimu ana say on so bechirom bi kakra bechirom bi kakra ewo Assin North eno na me edi ho nkomo a ode ebeto na eno nheda anye the topic itself but then I felt we had to go into it because
it's good.
We see yeah.
You don't know what's
to me be okay. Are you fired up? Are you ready to go?
Okay.
And I said, mo fan say we so mo nkoji because here they am beji.
Ya na me nchia. Em sa che nchia.
Yes, my friend.
Na me ni aso crowd na me hu na no yefu no panye ndru se. Go boy there home DJ yo. Asa wa oni. Atiye pa hwe nema odi a hye ne packet one bet now gold. Immaculately dressed. But then to say me che tie for eno ma mo hwe nyina no pa we no. Em say me late kakra na mo another program.
I could tell.
So I attend the
MFA bisa say me catch on say me say wo ba.
Me ba
say over no nim there me patch but na me say team doesn't disappoint.
Yeah. And no na ma me check akra but beyond that no. On say share hand na check. The only difference that team be over table na a plane so I won say nema sisi so. But when there's a change of the host no.
Oba na who say nema sisi.
Until no say we improve on. That is why
me mama mo no akoya say.
That is why I can say there must be. That is why I tell me I can say reshuffling now. Almost very reshuffling. Reshuffling it brings new ideas, it brings hope, it brings a lot of changes. Anytime you are not there, there's a new host. The table
looks. You see, there's one thing I don't like. I say. Nkofo ekra say ye kope bibi ba adwuma they don't think of you know how productive they will be. They only think of me kope bibi e bedi kope bibi say di no di Ghana nti am Mpesa then that's why I don't encourage Sadian but serious business enye didi ni onom nti me
yo to kumawu in fact DSC wo kumawu no. It should be an indictment and an embarrassment to the MPP. And they should never pray for it. Elections, by elections, are determined to some extent the acceptability of a government policies and programs. By elections, we're going there either to win or to lose. But when we are losing, we should have a story to tell tomorrow. Kumawuna is almost strong, traditional stronghold. They didn't even need to go there before they will win. In fact, the constituency executive were okay for them to win. Well, almost swear, almost cabinet nina de call. Almost swear members of parliament de call. Almost swear national executive, regional executive call. Knowing how the Kumau people feel against them, and what they not compare say the Kumau for team be almost 12 animal mona. They felt that necessary uncle ye be on my number was where because that is the belly of the elephant. Elephant ni yemu na ekoto aba no. Say honmuna omo to aba traditionally you don't even need to go there for them to win.
Set in a by-election national officers and I say national officers ebe jayama a friend say oh it's your constituency so handle it. I see pain.
But you see the question. Did you listen to? I say it's a traditional belly.
No, I'm asking.
I'm coming to your question, please. The American, you can look at it from the flip coin. Actually, say they will go there, but they don't go in there full force. They just go there to greet the people. So me catch you say either they go.
Is there an example?
Either they go or not.
Is there an example?
An example of what?
Said they all can say. there was one.
Do you know that when we are is a proverbial language saying a canoe
proverbial language
like because if I say Semikasa, national executive go, but I'm looking at the issues that led to their going in their full force. Man, kasa more munko. Let me catch you say, a hormone the elephant belly. Now, elephant belly there.
So me when I'm asking these questions, I don't mean
no. Yes, I'm also
me say young commodity. Intina na me bisa say, ubetimi ama me an example of a by-election. Yeah, national office no leaving to chance. Say, oh, this is a done deal.
I cannot immediately tell because that at one on I'm castle be a day immune to them fire. I said, Hon Mamoko lunch will be a day immune to the chrome and yet game for crying example. Share. What I'm simply saying is that looking at the seriousness, my boy, coach chat throw hormone. But me didn't need to go and tell a lie. No, make Greek, we name Greek mythology. So we name Mpensenmpensenmu, Greek god, a friend Doulos, who chat trusting gods in Nina. Into air tembe, almost enormous in a gods. I don't know Tronoko fan or anything. But me went and exhibited that. Which I'll come to it. She saw mo call on my uncle bunku to dwe. Esra mo amonkwara. Onye se kotodwe nko a, omo di sikema and rice and material like ntuma. Minimum, and when you look at the voter turnout, they only increased by 304 votes. Voter apathy alone was over 8,000 when you compare last year the omunya na. And there were two people who spoke there back. There was one boy I'm interviewing. Okachi say, and that boy, and I think then people should look at that boy's standard. Sometimes we underrate Corona only the kind. Or say NDC abeye ABCD in Kromha, MPP in Shabaye sir. But still no, you bet trauma MPP because we are expecting them to do what they've not done. The important thing is that even at that level, the boy, no, he has accepted that NDC did some amount of development projects there. But they were still going to vote because it is their tradition and they can't do anything. So any panoma $10,000, he would take the only thing now, ebi onion say, ebi on tuabano. But I saw back or trauma part different the onion sir. We gain 1,284 votes. We share abysmal a year in the year 2020. Let's go 2,000. It's an increment and it's hope.
So is it? Are you saying?
2020.
Are you saying the whole China said there were people who, in the previous elections, no, Antwaba Amfa Amamu.
Yes.
Yes. Which means that
yes, yet Mrs. Sam, Beyonce is Sam. Or more policy, no, or more their attitude to the people of Kumawu change themselves. And no point necessary man for dream because it's a traditional thing beyond my trauma. So he which much is given, much is desired. Into normal, they feel. We share a lot of videos yesterday. I was listening to analysis in Kumasi. We share quantum of votes. 1.7 million people in Kumasi voted to make President Akufo-Addo president. We called the previous year it was about 1.5 million. Now, when I saw the analysis yesterday over one of your TV stations, the fellow were questioning that what are the legacy projects Akufo-Addo Bejayama the people of Kumasi said, "Oh, that he's not talking." No. Listen to my analysis. A legacy. He's not talking about project he has come to continue either from the previous government or from my friend is saying, President Kufuor. Or say one monumental legacy project.
Judges, Court of Appeal judges, court. Village. It's a monumental project unless you don't know.
No, but
I'm telling you one.
There be into Ubaka say a monumental project like The expansion of the
I don't know your explanation of monumental project, but I'm telling you that.
Okay,
it's a legacy project.
I'll have my time.
Legacy project. I be jawo kroma for millions of years at Trouble Gas. Terminal 3, expansion of Tema Port, the Bank of Ghana Hospital. These are projects I started from borrowing of the Unidicov Premier. One project, more GCK started from, even in Kumasi, one of the legacy projects is the KJTR market. All the time it will be that John Dramani Mama did.
So time never flooded.
These are low points. In fact, even in Europe, even Monsieur Tata story buildings, zooms are. Brunsan Ponsuin Tasso. And I near my offer.
You know, and China,
we say in China. Some call blockade, baby. Who some call blockade? You be a man saying the Tata. For me, no. In Kumawa was a disappointment, a failure to them. In fact, MPP themselves, strategists in MPP should be worried. They should be worried. So I'm going boom kutuje. I'm a croy niece no. They have to kneel down and beg, and all one that went there. In an economic hardship, you people can still look in our eyes and go and give money for them to cast vote for you to make it.
Now, Assin
North issue is that in what happened, the occasion by elections was the death of the sitting member. But in the case of Assin North, what happened is that laws have been used to truncate what do you call it? To create a by-election there. And among for Assin North, that by the ruling and by the attitude of the court, they've suffered developmental setback in terms of what the member of parliament and that's a kid no
also said they will also not think of lack of diligence on the part of Omo MP and also on the Omo.
Now what beside said then we are more different. Remember okay. The diligence and what was his crime? The laws of Ghana talks about now there's a distinction between allegiance and citizenship. The man filed his things before elections and TMU. He was cleared to even contest by an independent electoral commission or elections. He was qualified. Catch me diligence about it in this matter.
Okay.
But the laws have ruled. We've understood. But the people of
what we do here is that Obi Kasano if you have a point of order, so that it becomes very interesting. So that it becomes discussion now.
Yeah.
So if there's a point of if BB or how person can beat me, because he and common
no, for the time no be for the time.
The little thing I wanted to say, ASA, electoral commission being left out in all this particular thing, I think it is very wrong.
Yes.
So Ntina say, we are unable to conclude say electoral commission was left out because in ruling nina. But what anyway, to be a reasoning numuno, ebema convinced or not the reason tia omuja electoral commission. One of them and I am uncomfortable when it comes to some of these rulings.
Let me get some. You see, the Supreme Court's ruling should seek not to punish, but to correct wrongs in their perception because say the law is in their bosom. It is difficult to overturn.
The correction of wrongs is a repercussion, so
Yes, but I'm coming.
It may mean punishment.
Because today is
you see, Pato. You see, the law of Ghana is the fundamental law, which is the constitution, and is the supreme law of Ghana. But the people's will is more supreme than the constitution of Ghana. So when the people invest their will into you, it means the people have employed you, Pato, to go and work on their behalf. An MP is not an appointment position. The people of Assin of Normandi on they know me be a share.
And the Musakandation are very different.
No, but the statement is making
So what is the point? Let's listen to the point. Maybe to help us understand.
Is that when
is
chilling.
No, that's why I want everybody to be part of it, so that it doesn't look like somebody has his time. No, we education. Until we are taking everybody's views. He's saying that Supreme Court they ever corrected ever corrected wrongs. But what I am also thinking of is that time biya odo na besi forma obe corrected wrong biya no. Eja consequences be Emma will be.
Yeah, but the negative consequences should not
punishment.
The negative consequences should not destroy. It should reform.
That's why we are repairing. There's a room for reparation. I know you're buying next election.
Yes, sir. There's
a room for reparation.
No.
Your friend is buying election.
That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the people of Assin of the Womo world know the power and entrusted in one fellow. And through that MP, their common fund would have been used for small development. Their get fund. All those monies are accruing. They would have had a voice in Parliament. That thing has been curtailed. In other words, the Supreme Court, and Kaisa Omoma, the Member of Parliament, he will keep attending while the case was being heard at the Supreme Court. Say that at the conclusion, if they are ruling against him, by which time the people wouldn't have suffered a colossal damage by the non-representation for that period. Because Techima Safa court. The ruling of the judge said that the people of Techima Safa cannot be left unrepresented. They cannot create a vacuum there. He should continue his parliamentary representative until the case is determined. By which time the people of Techima didn't lose their representation there. But this one, he was completely removed or free parliament. The case could continue once it was not a custodial or a criminal case. Remember that the criminal case is being handled at another angle. When they determine the constitutionality.
Okay, so I get your point.
You get the point. The point is that the man should have continued while the people of Assin they should not suffer as a result of just a mere interpretation.
I am only thinking of all kind of there would not imagine a deterrence. Oh, said they were now being some quite the same thing. But then you are entitled to it. But Krobia, what he's saying, which Nipa be bring first of all the fact that the air come was some Casipaya allegiance. Say me, Matim wants to say, my demonstrated say failure, my imagine say. Sao minor and Amazon no mean some view. Minya declare not being enough grounds. I just say my allegiance me already say my to actually na process no name ya. Can we have a soft spot for BBC Nipasa say okay if that is the case go ahead whilst the processes go.
Pato, I want to pick the issues not kind of one by one. First of all, starting from Kumawu. I think a lot of time no until we are making sure say much as you want to address the issues, you still have to be within the time. First of all, even NDC for it looks as if say they are still in the dark days. About to Akasakromonti say. So far, I'm even surprised. Say Minya NDC for young men and women, and I say NDC phobia or even advocate say. Kumawu by elections, they want to know of collated results.
We have the results. Stop these things.
Oh, but as we speak now,
by 8 o'clock,
every team understanding say we have NDC for Mokase Kumawu appreciating. In 2016, NDC had more than 5,000 votes in Kumawu.
5,800.
Yes.
Every election with its problems.
I'm coming. After the old elections, we have one problem. You had more than 5,000 votes in Kumawu. In 2020, NDC Independent Kwakudia, who put it together, they won 31 polling stations in Kumawu.
I don't know.
The last elections we had, by election, they won just 6 polling stations. So from 5,000, and I'll vote to about 2,000, and then the by election when a little above 3,000. Also, I appreciate it. I don't know the kind of analysis on me.
But the minister also NDC. Or could they independence?
The two parties put together. I am treating them as a two parties. We put them in one set.
But there are two different.
But that is why I'm saying NDC Kwakudia, NDC and Kwakudia.
We are looking at NDC against MPP.
So NDC against MPP. I'm saying that they won 2020 elections. 2020 elections. 2020 elections. 2020 elections. 2020 elections. the two parties, the independent party and the NDC as a political party, they won 31 polling stations. This last elections, we need just 6 polling stations. For the first time in the history of Section Kumau, a lot of polling stations, about 9 of them are now MPP meaning that Baku Okujeto Ablakwa was the polling agent. MPP won Section. Pentecost, Oyoko, Ono Pentecost polling station. I was a coordinator at Ono LA. Ono Pentecost. For the first time, MPP won that polling station. A number of them. Every election, all elections, we now take what the elections as what the politics as you go in with a strategy. We had our strategy. They have nothing to talk about in Kumau. And he was talking about party, national party, regional party move by election. And who said a fantastic question? Says it's the first time. We have John Dramani Mahama in Kumau. John Dramani Mahama, Assemblyman of Kumau.
He's not
John Dramani Mahama, or a unit committee member of Kumau.
A party member.
We had a Tokono, we had a say Dinketia all in Kumau. Etika just take what you have from Ponicham and Timun Trankrai. Nanka say Dinketia and Kumau. What kind of logic is this?
The logic is that.
The point is that we went in with a strategy. The independent candidates are no MPP. As at the last election 2020, won 11,000 votes. And then your strategy was that NDC more brevia. It's our focus, our energies, everything. Your thinking was against the independent candidate. How we can neutralize the effect of the independent candidate. And we successfully did that. From 11,000 to 2,000.
A different strategy na mo de beko
party bia elections bia strategy.
Okay, the same template na beko.
Kumau dynamics is different. Assin of dynamics is different.
But the whole no say more you have denied the people.
I will come there. I wanted to kill the mischief.
Okay,
so
because of that, he thinks you are going to be voted against.
I want to assure him. Say he's going to see the entire machinery in Kumau. So they should be prepared for it. Oh no, we've been there. And be caution. But America telling me say machinery no so then the NDC should get ready for us. The entire government machinery, the entire party, MPP from the national party, regional party, constituency party, we are moving to Assin.
Government machinery.
So
you abuse incumbency.
What is abuse of incumbency?
No, but the entire government machinery.
What is wrong with that?
You are saying that you are abusing incumbency.
No, what is abuse of incumbency? What are you saying?
No, but this is about a party. No, a party
representation. It is a party that gives best.
And you are going to use government. Entire government. No, but that is abuse of incumbency.
It is a party that gives best to government. If you don't know, I see.
So the party should be the government should be used.
Let me situate my argument well so that you don't.
Because
no, I am saying it, and I want to even throw more emphasis on what I'm saying.
That you're going to use the entire government machinery.
Our DCEs will come there. Our ministers will come there. All of us, we are moving there. I know you have a problem there. Then they should throw their hands in despair. The amateur on say a party na Aban. The by-election MPP against NDC.
Is it the party or the government? But I should be asking questions. Then hello.
But they come on basis. Mama basis. But just say a party na Aban.
That is true. That is true. But it doesn't mean that because the party Aban or mama no papa no. Omo your friends but there oyema o mind is here no. And also check the oyema o mind is here no. And also check the oyema mama no papa. Ya wo the amount mind no. It is a party who government wa mind no and for the party alone. That is it.
On that basis
mama we use the government machinery.
It's a party being the national chairman, the general secretary of that party sits in that cabinet. I didn't in fact the general secretary and the national party of all other parties in the cabinet. Fact is fact.
No, but that is because you want me to explain that. It is because
any constitution have been so don't tell me, Pato, don't tell. I am saying that I am building logic around it. Say
no, but it is wrong to use the entire government machinery.
I want to assure you
elections are party.
I want to assure you that our regional ministers will come and support. Our MMDCs will come to Assin off. If
but I know your government machinery.
You are. I don't know why you are.
No, but what is government? No, I'm not
the luxury of time.
I
want to. Pato me na make am say.
No, me say na me dey me show.
Me say.
Now my friend say we resource person. Me ba. Now friend say we resource person. Ana o waka asem.
I represent what? Ofrem Sememra has what? As a representative of the party and government.
Dabi as a representative of the party.
Yeba dia na discuss MPP. Are we not speaking government on something?
And I walk at me say, I feel the government move use to acquisition.
The government machinery will be a sign off. Take it or leave it, Makan.
All right.
Thank you very much. Me person be train this for say. So almost through they have their cause to be scared. But we in the MPP are saying North seat yebeje.
Okay.
Just ask Yetimiji Kumawa, ye be a gabo no.
With the party and the entire government machine.
Of course. The party in the war by no.
Okay.
It's you know, so I say no for or how a party in the war by.
They have even the dictatorial government.
Hello.
We are more
party in the war by.
There be
Pato any party in the war by.
Institutions of government are there.
There are some people who are not
even part of yes.
Pato, but on who's take it? Anything I call parliamentary. MPP.
Well, his ticket was sponsored by the party.
So, Pato, let's not be dragging shit. You're making me lose my talk. The American is a Pato. No, you can come, you are the moderator.
You are supposed to be resolute.
Pato,
you don't have to lose your thoughts when you are being asked, being given the opportunity to explain.
I'm mindful of my time because who can you know? Who tell no boy?
I have no friend in your time. It's my time. Na mama
kaka. Who tell no boy? Who tell no boy? Me boy. Who be anybody fufu? The better me catch you on say. Ene ya you was saying off. Young MPP, any the people of Assin North, particularly MPP for yet one omuni maniama or how Assin North for here. NDC Baba and woman to me and Yama, and then the party for other room. I'm buying a lot of them are buying 8 to 1 among. And now we want to assure a lot of them. Kobusa, go there. Schools are yes, who told you sir? Now that there's by election, yes, that is what they were saying.
So they are ongoing projects.
Pato, we see now TV only radio so. NDC for make it appear say, but because at a point now me say me kwana my jealous. Say that means I'm coming from a constituency view. Say constituency enya sane ma we na dia. And me constituency enya bi dia ba
I call her because of
I call school down DVL office a lot of police station I would one ESCC. But I'm telling you, let me tell you. Enipa to aba sebi o ma dwene mo ye adwuma. Say nipa na to aba ni free say aban no abato na eba wonti na niam bia na omu hia o maka ho asem na ema. The people they have their conscience. Omo niam ho. They will punish you, the government. I am telling you, say go to Assin North. I am not saying say I be bia Assin North. But the MPP government, you deprive the people of Assin North. But a lot of the things, concerns I would almost show nanom assembly members, district opinion leaders, unit committee people, farmers, kakra contemporary a trouble keepers, ebefa Assin Fosu, kwakusi kumase, and the end is not quite to you nani fa kwine so. It's MPP we monumental projects. I don't know by election be a the people are almost to abandon who say there's a clear difference between MPP and DC.
Assin North from over
Assin North Yafawi.
All right.
Now I don't know Pato. You see, this was what I wanted to prevent.
No.
Then aside that,
the first opportunity.
Aside that,
that's true.
Aside that, no Pato. Aside that, on country me say NDC MPs Assin North for Yebeko, Omontran Parliament, Omontran Clan, Omomaho. You see, sometimes this double standards. And your majuma. And then you can yema, Emma, you see, sometimes let's stop the hypocrisy. In politics, there by election when NDC was in government, there by election when MPP is in government. There has never been any by election. You're quite by election. We're in opposition. The entire government machinery was in that work.
No, it's not true.
True or false? Pato, we are
which year was did you see me?
I know what that's where you know there. You Kwatia na uni ho. Pato na Kwatia na uni ho.
But
nipa na gua Kwatia na uni na no
in opposition, who say the entire government machinery eba be support a constituency and your abuse of incumbents.
Abuse near there. Me a minister, MPP Adaroma, and a MPP Abanyaba, and I am a minister, and an MPP party ne kwakono, and I know me lankusa, na me to petrogum, me kakra me wo me de baba support party every election, me ba pato
minister,
every election, most of the time as allegation, we want musan home questions. Some people for coaches, ka ujana man kotra. But the women say, obi anti-cheska party bia no elections be the resources na ye adwuma. Ebinum use am resources judiciously. Obi you need ye. And then this I saw a number of them. Otoko no ba no tetelan cruise mu no ye people ochuma no. Oba me police station. And the answer you kwa any break say you kwa we need power. It was fanfare for you. Who we also be chicheska.
Sitting there and listening to politicians or as a civil society organization. Dear Nani Abecha.
Well, thank you. I think the issue of the government machinery, the individual in person, I don't have a problem. The issue I think you were trying to call his attention to, they say, they are buying car and
individuals no cars.
Did we say
individuals
convoy
individuals no cars government.
And this empty so much
taxes from the people.
Obi to send a poor air pass and off an apo onika.
We don't take taxes from the people. Don't side that thing. One vice president.
Vice president.
Okay.
Do we allow our vice presidents and the president to go in their personal vehicles anywhere they go?
Yeah.
So obviously that argument will fall flat. One say,
so what is wrong with vice president?
One say, never. I've said initially, the personalities going there, I don't have a problem. Because obviously, I had their part in here.
I said, John Mahama, let's stop there.
America
arguments.
President be seeking re-election. No call campaigner. No they are buying any echo triaka unimza.
Mr. John Mahama
unimza.
On the back.
No, John Mahama what can say all power
on the petrol boom.
Which is
that's
the best
take taxes
because one. All can say government machinery I will be saying as me. Now you feel saying or catch and say the people went in their own capacity. Opposed for this and kofo no mko enichi. Why need to asa aka?
John Mahama so ba hobi na police for di nanim. E Ghana for ko na na tia e. Tikano. E no so kan.
This is the trend.
I think so. Okay, say no meti head.
No, but I still have the let me at pay.
Okay, you know I but to okay, you know I agree about how go be free na. Say go be free one free no.
Once na we can say obi this.
No, but so can me try adwan about say just as vice president by motor John Mahama so by I was in Kuma John Mahama by motor in any petrol no at all.
Okay. If you allow me, I think say you have a better understanding. Me landi na so oji adan. Just relax. Me taxes and John Mahama. Me taxes and John Mahama. So obviously say John Mahama about not a helicopter mukra. I will not care. What am I saying? Now the people that I'm looking up to are the people that I queue to vote for. A hona mesika ndasoko. Miti hey, ya je me cover tax. Miti hey, banks are you taking decisions say ko good no. Ya je me taxes wo ho. Miti hey,
John Mahama good no.
Pacho abanyi e na be good banks. Any financial institutions are no e feel say omo anya ade. Omo bu emre bi so ni awon keke ho. By me and then me to taxes wo ho as we speak. Miti ha ne ma me yes free light. Free electricity. Oh, me man. Yes, mommy. Free electricity, free water. And that's an man. You be near the taxes about mintua. So a decision by a certain people and a government, affects me here. That your mama baby, I affect me because it doesn't take none of my money. I'm not paying my taxes to. And so, the government machinery, I don't have a problem. The problem I have is that since now there's a precedent and I say a binima ye a can voya ye suya ye diomuchi into the back of faculty ahonka. What I say, send a bear enquire abuse of incumbency and now come then there is fairness. That's we encodan change. Kumewu was a critical issue. And then yet because of NPP and NDC on the street. NPP and NDC in parliament. Because when him say NPP or slim majority in parliament, and a parliament in a hole and a buying pushing in near Mamanako. And in so nya, I don't know nya majority or what a one man jumana a man or unlike say, ye pesi ye push e-levy. Na ye mahukwan ye bepene ni awon keka ho. At times no as obi are cry say ye ko fa no to ambulance mu ni abegye ne vote. What you say? And into no Kumewu was a critical issue. Now, Assin North is also going to be a very critical issue. Now, Assin North, one of the swing, your friend is saying, sits now, so share the way our elections now, Assin North MPP for 4 times, and I NDC for 2 times. The last one, NDC for Netiso. The say, share results now. The difference was a little over 3,000. So on. And into that seat can go either way.
But we are winning.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. So with my customer winning, and this is with my customer winning. Yes, sir. Now that's the confidence. We are saying,
okay, so well, sir, Osha, Assin North ne Kumawu. Emu de him pa na ebit me afan say dress rehearsal for 2024.
For me, it should be Assin North because Kumewu was a traditional seat for the NPP. I think I can say a co-voter region. What I say, Obianem say a safe seat for NDC.
Probably, do you agree?
Oh yeah, perfectly. But anything the elections be elections, my.
Okay, so
no, but I agree with him perfectly.
All right, okay.
Very important.
I want that on record because
I like the way you approach every elections with seriousness. Yes. It tells the seriousness of that political party itself. Sure. And it's all go now, you don't blame anybody. Sure. What I say, go with a better strategy and win. I mean, what am I against? The vote buying and vote selling, sure. Which is illegal in our laws because your electoral offences law, I can say, and say obi ma bribe, now alter obi decision in terms of baby officer or tunabako, and in the no, I'm against that particular thing. That thing shouldn't be repeated. I was saying not because on him, we your friends come videos, pictures, buy any on keka, a month for general live near momska, a month for your month for your mom to ma, and this anime yes, a more. What me assure so who have videos ni be on social media. But these things and more.
But the only difference they say the only your friend say and say and say for me to try video. We say video no baby or what and money na want to for politicians. Some of the guys and one more no me aside them try video to. Ya binum person mo kire party mpanufo say
ye edwuma
and binum okra na party bi timi share that pato wa me kan say emwa me boa eye wrong sa na no obi so wa me ni ati we NDC fu ayi ni mu abone e mu ti ko share MPP atal because
e dey akwa campaign MPP
no tell them channel obetimi a share ni nkrofo MPP atale akopɛ emu konku asi omanim sɛ mu ntwa ne video ne famna bon
na yan ka check for ne sɛ mo to aba my friends
no na for the people that no man na set up ade is dramatized the person just say drama ade no drama
okay tin nkrofo na omode mo no kran they are not
they can call their own people say mu receive it hwinsi so ma adwene just for the cameras no they be go about any man say this is this for there no
oya I think you give me 1 minute for this commentary.
Na say 0200854255.
What na ka say?
NDC
for t-shirts.
Me say omo betimi.
You see the revelations that are
possible, a possibility, probability.
Or say binimu.
But me no me no so betimi aka say politicians no mu betimi ata.
Of course. Na we pato. You see once you
the show and just conclusion no be say no. Don't help me. Politicians be omo no yes sir.
On about the
drive and the drive.
I mean you video be an NPC for 30 napa. Sardine. One be e wo me apet me.
So that's the highest bidder.
Yes, sardine tinapa.
The dress rehearsal.
Me na when people
but tempna bibi aboko there.
Oh, boko there konala but on shed anye boko fa bibia so.
Okay.
By Fandamara. Boto fiti edana mu program ya me tumi ngom adan connection bi o ha ma mu tumi ngom na tumi pa mu chew
mantio
me see fiti last week bi tebia mpese mi fra me ngom me tumi so ma block me hu ramu a
oh and I said the same number na different no
the same number because originally
and let's say block here let's say block here
mu program bia mu ye fiti na jo media TV ni the original TV ani
yeah that's it
me but o mu susu ya MPP for mu susu o say ye ka party asem no onu kan aban asem e say a pobina last bi o mu boy say nye de o ma Hanover ma NDC da no a o ma bopo nyamia ada woma adura che omo modi aba bontino we so eyepo bi omo abo on ye capacity asema wo ka ban asem nti we che ye say NPP government ka wo ma bo ura ban mu wo ma bo electoral commission wo ma bo ura judicial service am so mu ko ho na say bi bo mu dia tom no kokota na electoral commission edia omo na aban so na judge so den edia omo on ni nyedo na achi omo ati wo mu epodio bobo bia no wo mo nka so mu ka say mu no na omo refi na tip tata no mu bi eden ababonti na public eden ati ye capacity so mu ka ban asem we na say we communicate papa we be any
that's a personal attack
no it's a
personal attack
it's not a personal attack now mu kan kire me Timothy say people are listening to him people are listening to him so the English is too much aya on canon fi kakra se bita frage
why Timothy no favor no ye ono nya ni krom kasa o why ade
minim
pa
no minim say onye twini je
but the fact is that this is a mass platform and it's only account for Kwano.
No, I'm not attacking him. I'm saying that the English is too much. I know that
you are also speaking English. You are speaking English. The English is too much. Anyway, let's just wrap it up. So you wanted 1 minute to do something.
Dress rehearsal, the real dress rehearsal for 2024. Is the economic hardship. That's the real.
Assin of you.
And like my brother said, no. What means is swing.
Let's
Mama famo dress rehearsal now. Mode kwa yawa so west. Never dress rehearsal.
Never. When said me be you should dress rehearsal. I friend say I also was whenever between na person me sister expression but Anthony free
pato me free ablikuma
yetu minia
okay me ma panel good morning
yes sir
I'm say MPP for my take ye Ghanaians not for granted one thing say kuma wudi normal I say amokuya ene nkatin kwan normal
me komi demo
sa pepepe even grandpa Assin of class or more massage no more win is cool because they have control over your friend saying but 2024 no ebekwa koyo mo say 2028 ebe bibi kitwe bi wo yan hwie nye yie na shisho mo mfe no mu so ukita hono na omo a wadi bone pa na fe dem mo pe kwan am be escape wadane ko because omo boy abro omo di oman na better mo gidie say democracy is always stronger when people still have patience to wait for a better day.
Me da se Anthony.
Okay. You know, dress rehearsal general secretary ne kanu. Enye se de omo ko we Easter na omo ko ka say yempene no. It is not like that. She said, "We say near 10 years in the evening, I'm boy jamboree no. We say the DJ now no. Bisa almost say yes solver you know hano. 2024 ben NDs and I be. We say boy MPPD suru boy NDs na agiso no. So the dress rehearsal is going to be what?
Mohammed.
Yes sir.
Never show down my YouTube.
Yeah, the NDC in the car, the DJ Mohammed, because of the Swapako, Aliko. The NDC in the car, yes, sir. The NDC in the car, Abeno, Edinane, Assin of representative in Parliament. I think you look man face. The author say, so you're not punching, no on Bangwa, no comedy be, no Betini Kokuna. Yank the net court, and because I come to Indian free. Yeah, the man, woman, your constitution. Constitution say, what do you mean, and grab passport for 2 nations, FMD. And simple. Secondary by elections, you know. So that's a basic government machinery. You're before what I and minister, I made a point, you know. the MCDC have been appointed no and say ko yin chomo sa bet ye be yusu ban ko for mo na MPP Ghana ka say man ka say party na wa ban also on tiase and the third is to be resigning so MP wo ko yin so na so or is not resigning say
it's Mohammed what you say omunyusu the entire government machinery and fango
ye ko bo ko yin so no nti ye ko bo mo
no baba me government machinery. Anyway, thanks for your contribution, Mohammed.
Government machinery, a lot of people have gotten a deeper insight.
Because you see,
it comes with the expenditure.
It comes with expenditure. It comes with
the same expenditure that John Mahama Bawa. No, you see that for the
John Mahama saw the
no, me bo. MPP wa ba munti. Ena ebia minua ayi
Tim oka entire government machinery we am show.
The national.
David Tim yo. John Mahama dey on the other four so na nye ko so John Mahama dey
from go for radio and then from abankwa
pato
na boko there
pato nyame adom boko mse me monitor mo program no ze pato ba monitor wache from kasapa mse obo adwuma pa
ya da me ase
pato na me sinama pa me bisa question kakra na se ka say 2020 president de ambulance echo 275 constituency no according to Charles Ambiye say all the 275 ambulance no worth over $54 million. Now, sir, when Auditor General report this, I report on the buy. If you have ambulance 207, say even AM say VW and I say Benz. It is even back crampo. That's say vessel James ambulance back with that VW Benz back we close to 30 billion. I don't get it, but it's more can.
Watch my emergency, so I'll try and interrogate it.
Me bra Germany or your car dealer, right? Maybe somebody say even that car no. Yes, because what the facilities.
Well, to be fair, and yet me can say car no bedroom $1 million crap. But what I'm saying is your car ambulance. We are not looking at only the vehicle.
Yes.
There are other fittings and so on.
Yeah. My boss, Matthias, but you say the point I'm trying to establish is that.
All right. So, but what you're saying, no, they all kind of no. I was say, I was say, yeah, tears, yeah. I was say, yeah, children more mobile church and say, no,
you have been served for me or Befi constituency. Into me and can cray, Patu, me can cray. Why?
Mate, it's good. Yes, sir. My heads up was a friend. Okay, so sorry, I don't know. To 2 minutes. Also, can't government machinery.
No, but even to us,
David said we should let people appreciate it when a politician says that the entire government machinery. He wants people to know what you really mean by that.
What do you mean by
that?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, Bernard Walker, so our last caller.
Good morning, sir. I want to contribute to the program.
What are my too?
The NPP people, they will lose at Assin North.
I him for?
The NPP.
MPP?
Yes, they will lose.
MPP will lose.
They will lose.
Even if they go with the entire government.
They can go with the whole Flaxter house. They will lose.
Anyway.
Yeah.
May that's it. And one another person will come out.
Oh, come on.
Last words.
The best of the Kenyan say, but you cook Kumawu. Yenya yem party mpanimphobia omufiri se ene party na daroma na omte ba bi omote ti party ni wakono a ombegya o madaje de omuye bia no maba ani party na ba begina kono ye ma mi chief of staff obe ye adwumaden ye nua napo ye nua Kennedy Japan ye nua Lancheremante ye wura Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ye wura Koto Afiriye sa mpanimfo we nyina ba ma ye no omoye house to house ye papa Lord Kome. I am telling NDC mi nua ye ote ani ni say by dint of hard work we are going to win the Assin North seat. We have a strategy for every elections. Lucky enough, your national leadership
strategy percentage.
Who can say plateau? And you be able to decouple research every elections. Once the MPP formally the year directorate research and elections. Lawyer Justin could be a nature team by an say no. Yen decouple na research directorate, na election directorate, and it is doing magic for us. Okay. You start to hear Assin of you see from the one I say yen papa Jachi question or the Konamkoti Kwanso na better parliament. No, we knew say a day like this will come. At the MPP and for instance, say them reform. They started a juma oho. Yeah, a lot of research, and I can assure the people of Assin of MPP, any MPP abusuani in say. All we need from them, they say, almost support to the best support to party new Kumaruno. Almost for the same level of support, Emlanigani Assin of City, Emma the new patriotic.
That's it. On our
the NDC, no, yenja any stone and 10 for Assin North. And we are going there to win, and we shall win. Now listen to me. The Bako, the Boa Assin North voters, and they say, when say government will buy, no. They cannot even get money to do business. Omo chance Assin of omo team omo team. Omo the sikabe ba monje because omo the government machinery, government taxation be ba ho. Omo nje na omo nkoto aba no na nchire omo say you cannot deprive us of development through our member of parliament. Through the member of parliament whom by the processes of this injunction nkeka ho no his common fund is stagnant. Get fund, national health insurance. The member of parliament. What is due to the member of parliament to complement what you
are David.
I think on that note, honorable because my engineer my be depriving microphone there and the court among the ruling papa no ye ni din everywhere mo entika ma no kwan e ma no som ne microphone and kan say hwe
that is what Adam
Sakande dey no oni microphone Adam Sakande dey the same court
he was attending parliament
is it the same court
there be no attending parliament until he was jailed. I was in parliament with Adam Sakande.
Your voice is even higher than the all Kassan. All right. The case was on original 91.9 FM. What is good for the happy birthday to the MD of Omnibusec. Apostle Daniel Asiedu. Yankopon enchira mo abra for nyame nka mo se mo bye. Nyame adoma wo chena. Bye bye.